morning, this is Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you up to date on all of this week's top stories from the local area. Lyme Regis traders have urged the Town Council to take action over the potential closure of the post office. The leasehold of the post office is currently up for sale, and there are fears among residents and the business community that if a buyer is not found, this vital community asset could close down. This would come as a bitter blow to Lyme Regis, which has already lost all three of its banks. A crowdfunding campaign to raise the £35,000 asking price was recently launched by local businesswoman and former town councillor Ricky Austin, but it failed to meet its target, so donations were refunded. Now members of the business community have turned to the town council to ask for help, with several requesting action at its recent virtual meeting. The Mayor of Lyme Regis, Councillor Brian Larkham, said the matter was something the council would discuss. However, the council is limited in what it can do, as the local authority is unable to commit public funds to a commercial business. The Marine Theatre in Lyme Regis was among arts venues across the UK to signal a red alert on Wednesday evening, highlighting the crisis faced by the industry due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. More than 300 venues, including London's National Theatre and Royal Festival Hall, were lit in red, while performers and crew also took part in marches across the UK. The Red Alert movement and We Make Events marches aim to raise awareness about the threat of job losses in the arts sector, with many saying they have slipped through the net of government support. The Marine Theatre is not expected to fully reopen until next year, as hosting events with current social distancing guidelines in place is not financially viable. It is currently holding an online fundraising appeal to ensure it survives the pandemic and eventually reopens. You can find out more and donate to the appeal on the website shown on screen now. Lyme Regis businesses will be given a welcome boost as the town takes part in its second Fiverfest to promote the Shop Local message. Thousands of independent businesses are coming together to highlight their contribution to the Great British High Street from October 10th to 24th. Those taking part will be asked to offer customers a special £5 deal to encourage more to shop locally. The campaign is devised and run by Totally Locally, with a message that if every adult in Lyme Regis spent just £5 a week in their local shops and businesses, rather than online or in a national chain, it would create an additional £700,000 for the local economy. Several Lyme Regis businesses have already signed up to take part, and you can join in by contacting local organiser Belinda Borden using the details shown on screen now. It may be too early to start thinking about the festive season, but it was announced this week that Lyme Regis's Christmas lights display will go ahead. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, there will be no switch-on event or the usual Christmas lantern workshop and parade this year. However, the town's impressive illuminations, known as one of the best displays on the south coast, will be making a return. The Christmas Lights Committee has been unable to hold several fundraisers this year due to the coronavirus pandemic, so is relying heavily on a grand raffle to cover the cost of the lights. Prizes include a week in a holiday cottage in Yorkshire and cash prizes totalling £300. Tickets are now available at the Slipway or via the website shown on screen now. Preview screenings of the much-anticipated film Ammonite, based on the life of Lyme Regis fossil hunter Mary Anning, will be held at cinemas in Sidmouth and Exmouth. The Radway in Sidmouth and the Savoy in Exmouth will be showing a London Film Festival regional screening of Ammonite, partially filmed in Lyme Regis last year, on Saturday, October 17th. Tickets for the Sidmouth screening have already sold out, but some may still be available for Exmouth. The local preview will come as bittersweet news to Lyme Regis residents, as many had hoped it could premiere in Mary Anning's hometown. Lyme's Regent Cinema, owned by the same company as the Radway and Savoy, burnt down in March 2016, and progress to see it rebuilt has been slow. Ammonite stars Oscar-winning actress Kate Winslet as fossil hunter Mary Anning and Saoirse Ronan as geologist Charlotte Murchison. It recently won rave reviews from film critics after a premiere at the Toronto Film Festival and is expected to go on general release in November. In local sport, Lyme Regis first team's away game against Devon and Exeter Premier East contenders Beer Albion tomorrow has been called off because one of the Fishermen's players is suffering from potential COVID-19 symptoms. The Lyme Club were informed yesterday that the player was not well enough to travel to a testing station and was awaiting a postal test. The league has been contacted, and the games at Beer and Limpstone, where Beer reserves were due to play, have been postponed. The communication said they hoped the test would be negative and that football could be resumed as soon as possible. The Lyme Club has sent a message to Beer wishing the player a speedy recovery. The first team got their season off to a flying start last Saturday with a 6-4 away victory at Kentisbeer, with goals coming from Joe Bond, Fred Parsons, Dan Rendell and Brad Rowe. Lyme Reserves also started their season in Devon and Exeter Division 1 with a 1-0 win at Exmouth Spartans, the winner coming courtesy of a late header from Steve Beattie. Manager Nick Tregow was delighted with the performance as he was fielding a side that had not played together during the pre-season due to injuries and unavailability. Tomorrow, the Seasiders' second string will be at home to Dunkeswell, weather permitting. After just 3 games, Uplyme's first team find themselves in second place in Perry Street Division 2 after a 4-1 victory over Donyac United. But manager Steve Gillen was very critical of the rough treatment handed out to his youngsters. He has called on referees to do more to protect young players, warning it will deter them from playing if such bully boy treatment continues. The Uplyme goals came from Alex Jones, Oscar Sladen and Niall Pfeiffer. The newly formed Uplyme reserve side are finding life in Perry Street Division 3 tough, losing 6-2 to Thorncombe, but their attitude was praised by the referee after the match. Tomorrow, Uplyme firsts are at home to bottom of the table Chard Rangers. And finally, congratulations to scratch golfer Melissa Mcmahon, who won the Ladies Stroke Play Championship at Lyme Regis Golf Club, laying a solid foundation by scoring 1 under par on the first 18, which included 2 consecutive birdies and 2 par 5s. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. You can stay up to date with all the latest news throughout the week on the LymeOnline website, and you can also now listen to our weekly bulletins every Friday afternoon on Lyme Bay Radio.